Hey, if you're wondering why your testosterone levels are low and it's hard to get that fixed and what that has to do with the end of the world, then stay tuned because my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years I've been a sexual performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And during that time, I've done a lot of studying. I've learned a lot of things, and this is literally the craziest thing that I've come across. Specifically, what I'm going to talk about today are the household items that you're using that are actually burning your testosterone, is causing a bunch of problems, and how that's leading to issues with the next generations of boys and young men coming up. As always, I'm going to give you some solutions, and as a bonus, I'm going to give you a free app that you can use to help with this problem. And also, I will be doing a webinar on testosterone coming soon because this is a big deal. It is a problem and we need to address it head on. And as always, if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. And what I'm going to do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, let's talk about testosterone. And most of the time when we're talking about testosterone, we're only thinking about sex and muscles. And yes, those are important, but we're also talking about with testosterone, bone density, memory, mood, energy level, the ability to lead, the ability to protect because we have the muscles and we think differently than women in terms of what we need to do. I mean, men came up with that skyscraper thought and actually flying to the moon. I mean, that's what we do. And if we're losing our testosterone, that all becomes a problem. And it's especially an issue when we're talking about reproduction. Now, the great news is that you can do some things with your lifestyle to make changes. The bad news is that's not really enough. We have to do more. And right now, I'm talking to guys of all ages, 86 to 16. The problem is I'm talking to more 16-year-olds, 17, 18, who are having problems that a 50-year-old should have. There was one study that was put out that showed out of 1,700 men over a 15-year period, testosterone levels had dropped by 22%. Free testosterone had dropped by 45%. And basically what that's saying is that if you're 50 now, 15 years ago, if you were 50, you'd have 22% more testosterone. That's how insane this is. There's also been a 59% decline in sperm count. It is also said within 30 years around the world, men will become sterile. Let's go ahead and talk about endocrine disruptors, which are the issue that we're having. And basically, there are toxins that mess with the normal function of your hormonal system. And it does that in 4 different ways. One, it acts like the hormone and causes different problems by triggering different responses in your body. It affects how the cells respond to the hormone. It can block the hormone from doing its job in the first place. And it can also stop the production of the hormones. So these endocrine disruptors are a big deal and they are everywhere. We're talking about all the way from pharmaceuticals and IV tubes to furniture and clothing and much more. There are hundreds of known endocrine disruptors that are being put out by the chemical industries in the United States and around the world. But the problem is there's over 3,000 chemicals that are being put out every year, and 90% of them have not been tested. So let's go over those endocrine disruptors. The first one being Atrazine. It's the second largest weed killing chemical in the United States. And because you put it on the ground, it gets into the water, gets into our lakes, gets into our drinking water. It has been banned in Europe since 2004. Of course, in the good old US of A, it's still here. This chemical can turn male frogs into female frogs. That's how powerful it is. And when I say female frogs, they can lay eggs and everything. BPA, we've talked about this before. BPA is in water bottles, baby bottles, all types of plastic, the lining of the food cans, even the thermal receipts. So when you making that purchase, they want to hand you that receipt. Let it go because it can go through your skin and into your system. And the crazy thing is that 93% of us have BPA in our urine. Now, birth control pills taken by hundreds of millions of women around the world, When they urine, it goes into our water system, and our water system does not filter out the estradiol that's in there. And so we end up with issues, especially you're talking about birth control for women, where it's going to cause fertility issues for men too, because it affects your sperm count. Phthalates are everywhere. We're talking about perfumes, colognes, plastic toys, detergents, shampoos, soap, deodorant, shower curtains. It's freaking everywhere. And this affects your reproduction systems, your fertility, and can cause some cancers. Now, here's one of the craziest endocrine disruptor that just about everybody uses: milk. Milk comes from, it's a liquid that comes from a huge female that was fed corn, which is not great for your testosterone. And also the corn was sprayed with pesticides, which is not good for your testosterone. And then you get the milk and you put it into a plastic container, which is not good for your testosterone. So if you have a son, a nephew, or grandson drinking some milk, feel free to get a running start and smack it out of their hands, because it's not good for them. All right, the microwave. Really quick story. Years ago, working in the IT world, a guy, he just started missing days, started missing weeks. It was like 2 weeks. He had to come back to work because, he didn't have any more sick time. And the doctors could not figure out what was wrong with this guy. Come to find out, after I did some talking with him, I was like, hey, are you still cooking everything in the microwave? And he was doing that because his mother would cook everything, so he didn't know how to cook himself, and he cooked everything in the microwave. The microwave kills all the energy that's in the food. And repeat that, it kills is you put it in, energy's on the apple or whatever, you microwave it, all the energy leaves. So he's literally eating dead stuff constantly. So microwave that has the radiation, one, and the food is not good for you when it comes out, two. The Wi-Fi hotspots, that you have in your home, that you plug into your cable, all that good stuff. Don't sleep anywhere near that. Especially do not have your children sleeping near that. That radiation does have an effect on you. And also your phone, when you go to sleep at night, put that phone at a distance. So that radiation is a small amount, but hey, it doesn't need to be near you. So go ahead, put it on the dresser or put it in another room. So let's go ahead and talk about the solutions. First of all, as far as the drinking water, I've mentioned this before in another video. We're talking about using zero water. It's a water filtration system that leaves nothing in it. The British and everything else, they'll take a lot of the stuff out, but won't take everything out. So I recommend using zero water. Store water in a glass, in a fridge. I'm not this fancy. Thanks, Mom. Drink from stainless steel cups. Eat whole, fresh plants. Meats should not be wrapped in plastic. I don't recommend eating meat regardless, but if you're going to, try to avoid having them in plastic. Avoid fast food. Fast food restaurants, people that have gone to them continuously, they have 35% more phthalates in their urine than anybody else. Of course, don't ever use the microwave. Don't sleep near your phone. Don't sleep near the Wi-Fi system. Eliminate soy and corn. As far as your laundry is concerned, go ahead and start looking for products like this. This is organic laundry detergent. Yeah, they have that. Also have Bounce, the unscented, undyed, unperfumed dishwashing detergent. We have dishwashing detergent that's actually plant-based. Use that. No hot food on plastic. If a daggone sure don't put a plastic plate in the microwave. Don't drink coffee out of plastic cups and those little K-cups that they use to brew the coffee. Don't use those. Avoid that. Only use organic scented candles. And when it comes to your own personal grooming, you can use different products. I'm using products by Respected Roots. This is a beard conditioner. Smells wonderful. This is their rinse, their beard rinse. Works wonders. And it's organic. RespectedRoots.com. Check those guys out. Jason and Jared. What's up, dudes? And here's that bonus that I was talking about. You want to check out the app called Talk Dirty. I know it's available on the Android system. Not sure about Apple. What you can do with it, you can actually scan the barcodes of different items so you can check and see whether or not your detergent has some awful chemicals in it or not. Now, the thing about it, it doesn't have all brands and it's mainly US based. So if you're trying to use it in the UK or the Philippines, it's probably not going to work as well for you. So in conclusion, we are at war with our man-made environment. Testosterone levels are going down at an epidemic rate around the world. We are in a soup of testosterone-lowering toxins. Getting rid of the endocrine disruptors is just as important as a healthy lifestyle when it comes to increasing your testosterone levels. So the question of the day, have you heard about this epidemic? Have you heard about men around the world being sterile by age 30? And believe me, I'm seeing it. It's sort of like a slow motion wreck because I'm talking to guys of all ages and it just keeps coming in waves. We're now at 40% of men at the age of 40 have erection issues. 50% of men at the age of 50 have erection issues. 60% of men at 60 have erection issues. And Lord knows what's going on with the rates for the 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds out there in the world right now. So please, if you have some youngins in your family, make sure they see this video. Please share this video. I will be talking about it more in a webinar. So as always, if you like what you heard, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of these videos to you. And of course, check out some of the other videos that we have available. And as always, this is Uncle B saying, get your game up. Peace out.